If you're struggling with working from home, here's how you can achieve the levels of focus and productivity that are going to enable you to create great work. Usually when I'm working with a client in this area, we're going to be looking at 3 different phases. We're looking at the phase of actually starting when you want to start, and also we're going to be looking at the levels of focus and productivity while you're working, and then the feelings afterwards, the feelings of satisfaction or the feelings of accomplishment. So those 3 stages. So I'm going to take you through how you can really improve all of those. So that first one, that's starting. I know in today's world, more and more of us are finding ourselves working from home, and we're really struggling with that distinction because we're in the home and yet we have to find a way to see it also as the workplace. So how do we get started when we don't associate the home with that work environment? So for me, I find it really useful to set some intentions. So these intentions have a couple of different aspects to them. Firstly, it's the intention of when you're going to start and for each work phase. So it might be that you set an intention to start at a certain time and to work for an hour and a half before you take that first break. It might be that you break the day into portions or segments. It might be that you intend to work in 3 different bursts with breaks in between. So those intentions are really important. When you're going to be starting, the bursts of work that you're going to be doing, how long you're going to be working. And then once you've broken that down, you're going to be setting intentions for what you want to achieve for each of those work periods. So you might be setting an intention to say start at 7:30 or start at 9 o'clock, and the intention is that during that time you're going to be writing 2 blog posts, or during that time you're going to be finishing off editing a chapter of your novel, and then you're going to be working on your monthly newsletters. So firstly, setting the intention of when you're going to be starting, the periods of time that you're going to be working, and also what you want to be achieving. When we're clear about what we want to be achieving, it really, really helps. It helps focus our attention, and it helps us really focus towards the levels of productivity that we need in order to hit those goals. So you're looking at creating those daily goals. It might be that daily goals are adding up to create the completion of a project that's going to be going on for the whole week, but those daily goals are really important. So that second area of really making sure that we're focused and productive while we're doing the work, what's really useful to understand is that there is a novelty bias when it comes to distractions. And so what we want to do is we want to try to prevent those distractions from coming in. Because as soon as that distraction comes in, simply because it's novel, because it's new, because it's different to what we've been experiencing, we're going to be biased to putting our attention onto it. So for example, the novelty of having a notification come up on your phone, or the novelty of seeing a new email come into your email box, simply because it's new, it's going to distract your mind because of that novelty bias. The novelty of hearing a noise outside that you haven't yet heard that day, or the novelty of someone coming into the house who hasn't been in the house. So at the start of each day, you really want to be clear about what those novel distractions might be, and you want to put some preventative measures in place. So for example, switching your phone off, or putting your phone in the next room, making sure that you don't have any windows open on your computer other than the window that you're working on. So shut down those emails, shut down your browser, and really just only have that open document. It might be in some cases that you don't even need to be on your laptop. You might be working with paper, you might be working with your notebook. So you're really getting clear about what those novelties might be, what those distractions might be, and you're preventing them from coming in. Now, of course, there are going to be the distractions that we simply can't help. It might be that there's a delivery that you just simply didn't anticipate. So there's a knock at the door that you just didn't know was going to come. It might be that there's a phone call that's an emergency. Now, the way that we respond to those distractions is because we have got really intentional about the goals that we set for ourselves that day. It's to remind yourself of your goals. So for example, if there is an unexpected phone call, remind yourself of your goals. So you've got those in the forefront of your mind as you're dealing with that phone call. So you're very much focusing on getting off that phone call and getting back to that goal. You're very much focused on answering the door, but then returning to that goal. So that's why it's so important to have set those intentions at the start of the day. And then the final thing is how that day ends. So for me, it's all about reward. I work a lot with my clients on this to make sure that they're giving themselves the right amount of credit, to make sure that they're rewarding themselves for their productivity. Otherwise, they feel like they've been focused and productive and they've been setting goals and they've been limiting distractions, and yet there isn't a reward from it. And let me tell you this, my friend, the reward isn't enough to say, well, it's great that I just did the work. We want additional reward. Otherwise, eventually we're like, do you know what? I keep putting all this effort in and I'm not getting rewarded. So again, get really clear about what those rewards are. It might be that you reward yourself with some social time. It might be you reward yourself with some favorite snacks or your favorite dessert, or a favorite movie that you set aside time to enjoy at the end of the day. Those rewards are really, really important because it's going to encourage you to stay motivated, to stay focused and to stay productive, because you know those rewards are going to come at the end of the day. And they're really, really nice to enjoy when you actually put those additional rewards in. So there we go. In these times that we're all finding ourselves working from home more often, hope you found this video useful. And if you're new here, you might want to consider subscribing. This channel is all about how to remain creative, how to pursue those freelance dreams, how to be a creative entrepreneur, have a fulfilling career. All of the videos are really aimed at keeping you on track and enabling you to achieve your potential. And if you want more and you're on Facebook, then why not come and join the community on Facebook? I'm live every week and you'll find a link just below. Come join us there. Either way, have an amazing week and I'll see you on the sofa next Monday. Take care.